Cheesecake. Today we're going to be making mini cheesecakes with a strawberry puree. These cheesecakes are so good and delicate and creamy and amazing. Let's get started because I can't wait. For the graham cracker crust, you're going to be needing some graham crackers crushed up in a food processor or with a Ziploc bag, and some unsalted butter softened at room temperature. You can also use melted. For the filling, you're going to be needing some sugar, eggs, cream cheese softened at room temperature as well, vanilla extract, and lemon zest, which is optional but gives amazing flavor. Okay, take a cupcake tin and line them with cupcake liners and just set that aside. I finished lining my cupcakes with the cupcake liners, and now I'm just gonna set this aside to work on my crust. Okay, now I'm just gonna add my graham crackers for my graham cracker crust to a bowl. And my softened butter. And now I'm just gonna mix them together until it's a consistency of wet sand. It may take a while, but this is the consistency of my graham cracker and butter mixture. It'll resemble wet sand and darken in color. Also, make sure you taste your graham cracker mixture because you're not adding any sweetener to this because the graham crackers are sweetened already. But if you taste it, think, there's less sweetness in here, just add about a tablespoon or two and you should be good to go. So, some tasting. That's amazing. Good for my palate, but you do you. Over here I've got about a tablespoon of an ice cream scoop, and I'm just going to scoop that and level it. And I'm just going to place it in here. And then I'm just going to keep on doing this, and then I'll level this out like this. And just you can do anything you want, like a glass or anything, but a spoon will work just as fine. I finished filling my liners with the graham cracker base, and now let's move on to the filling. Alright, so now it's time for our filling. I've got a standing mixer here with a paddle attachment, and we're just going to add all of our ingredients. Make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature so you have no lumps in your cheesecake, because no one likes lumps. Add your eggs. It's pretty simple actually. Add your sugar. I'm going to add my lemon zest just for a little extra citrus flavor, and vanilla. Alright, so now we're gonna blend these all together, and I'm just gonna do it for a couple minutes until it's really smooth on medium speed. Alright, so this is how smooth the consistency should be. And now we're just going to take our tin pan and we're just going to fill the cheesecakes. Alright, so now we're just going to take an ice cream scooper a little bit bigger than the one we used to fill these up with. And we're just going to place it in. It should fill about 2/3 of the way up because you don't want to make it so high that it will reach the sky and then it will expand in the oven and you're just gonna have a sloppy mess. No one wants that. And I'm just gonna continue it with the rest. Now we're gonna do a little tap tap, jiggle jiggle is what I like to call it. Tap tap, jiggle jiggle. So now you know that it's gonna cook evenly. it's gonna go into the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes or until there's a slight jiggle. Don't try to overbake them because as they're cooling, the heat from the pan will also let it cook a little bit more and it'll give that beautiful, creamy, and delicious texture that we're looking for. So this is gonna go into the oven and then we're gonna make our topping. Alright, so our cheesecakes are out of the oven. Don't be tempted to overbake them. You may see like a little crack and you touch it and like, oh, it's still a little wet. But look at this. When you touch the sides, they should bounce back, right? And that's how you know the sides are set. The inside will still be a little jiggly, but that's why we're gonna keep it in the fridge so it'll fully give you that amazing texture. And look at this. If you look at that, you'll jiggle a little bit, and then it'll just be slightly jiggly. I'm gonna let this cool to room temperature, and then I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for about several hours or overnight. It just depends on your cheesecakes. Alright, so now our cheesecake has been storing in the fridge for several hours, and now it's time to make our strawberry puree. Over here, I've got some sugar, water, and strawberries. And that's all, and it's really easy. So, over here, I'm gonna make a simple syrup, so I'm gonna add my water and my sugar. I'm gonna bring that to the stove and wait until the sugar has dissolved. Alright, so now I'm just gonna bring this to a boil. Now this is the boiling point, so now I'm going to turn the heat off. Now over here, I took a simple syrup and I put it in a bowl and I let it cool to room temperature. And I've also got half of a lemon. I'm going to add my strawberries into the blender. My simple syrup. And the juice will just give like a nice tartness. Alright, so now we're gonna puree this into a nice cheesecake. Alright, so this looks like the perfect thickness. I just ran through my spatula a couple times. It's nice, thick, and beautiful. Alright, so I've taken my cheesecakes out of the fridge, and now we're just gonna take our puree, which is nice and smooth, and we're just gonna place them on our cheesecakes like so. Just about 1 teaspoon and just spread it. And I'm just going to keep on doing this to the rest of them and I'll show you what it looks like. So now our cheesecakes are done and I've filled them all with the puree. And I have some left because my family really loves this. It goes really well with pancakes, waffles, you name it, it's delicious. Now I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge and then we're gonna make our whipping cream. Alright, now we're gonna do the whipping cream. Just add our heavy cream and our sugar. Not too much sugar because it is already sweet. Alright, you normally whip cream in a standing mixer with a whip attachment or with a handheld electric whisk, or you can do it by hand. Funny story, just a couple days ago I was making a mousse cake. Comment down below if you want to see that in the kitchen. And the mixer, when I was about to do the egg whites, broke. It just stopped working. So I had to do half an hour by hand. It was annoying. But then we bought this. So we're gonna be doing it with a hand blender. And now we're just gonna place this into a piping bag. Alright, so now we've got our cheesecakes with the puree, our whipping cream, and over here I've got some fresh, very nice raspberries. Okay, I put my whipping cream into a piping bag with a closed star tip. I'm gonna twist it, and we're just gonna pipe. and add a raspberry. I'm gonna finish doing the rest of these and then I'll show you how they look like and then we can serve. These are the beautiful cheesecakes, like amazing. These are perfect for parties. Just grab and go. Now, this is my favorite part, the taste test. Wow. Wow. That's so good. That's a creamy, delicate. I may have things on my mouth, but I don't care because these are so good. It's like the tart, the creamy, the crunchy, the sweet. These are to die for. You should make them right now, right here, because these are amazing. It's like speechless good. Before I finish this one, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified every time we post a new video.